Sports Frenzzyy family. Good night, everyone. Welcome to another Sports Frenzzyy podcast. I'm your host, Levon, and with me tonight, I have Jason Curlew, as usual, the Manchester United man. And also with me tonight, for the first time, I have in the building, basketball fanatic and also a football man, Devin Cohen. Welcome on board, boss. How are you doing? I'm sure that, well, I can't answer for Jason. Jason is not doing well. But how are things, guys?
Good.
We go and cope otherwise. Now we're good, man.
All right, so I don't know if I should rant or I should just be calm and quiet. Well, personally, I just chose the latter. I'm going to be calm tonight. So first and foremost, Villarreal won the Europa League. I'm not going to say congrats because I'm a sore loser. I'm just kidding. And congrats to Villarreal for winning the Europa League. They beat Manchester United on penalty shootout after David De Gea missed his kick from the spot after he failed to save any of the 11 penalties that went against him. Okay, so first up, I'm going to start off by saying that initially I'd blame the keeper. Now I kind of pull back from that and going to look at it from a different angle. I can't necessarily blame the keeper when the coach is the one that is in the position to select him or not select him. Okay, he has been playing there in the Europa League for the past couple games and things like that. So a lot of people are saying that he expected him to follow through and continue with him. However, personally for me, I'd said that I would have just let karma take its score. I don't remember if it was last year, it was the year before when Sergio Romero was the one who was keeping right throughout the Europa League campaign, and then when it came to, I believe it was semis, if memory serves me right, I'm not quite sure if it was the semis, but when it came to that time, Romero was benched and DDG took over the gloves. If it was left up to me, I would have benched DDG right now and give the gloves to Dean Henderson. But with that being said, let's now focus on the coach himself. The lineup itself wasn't necessarily a bad one. Initially, a lot of us thought that it was a positive lineup in terms of an attacking lineup. We didn't see the McFred partnership that has been brewing right throughout the entire season. This occasion, he changed it. He put back Pogba in the deep role alongside McTominay. Started off the game slowly, I guess. Maybe he thought that there was a second leg. So these guys were playing like, yeah, they had a little to depend on. But as a coach, right? If you actually try something and you see it's not working, right? I have noticed this with people that has won trophies, Champions League and other cups, right? All these coaches has to tweak the tactics when it comes to the final. For instance, I remember that Champions League that Liverpool won. You know that Liverpool now plays swashbuckling, counter-attacking football non-stop right through it. A lot of people said that was one of the most boring Champions League final in history. However, it was a master tactician pulled off by Klopp on that occasion. He sat back deep and he got the goal and he won the trophy. Now, as I'm saying, you're set out with a set plan. I see it's not working. Why you as a manager can't alter that formation? Because you see that Villarreal is playing with 2 banks of 4. And you see that they can't break between the lines because Bruno out of the match. And I see a lot of people blaming him that, oh, Bruno is a flat track bully, is a low table team killer and all of that. Boss, Villarreal is a mid-table club. This was right up Bruno's alley, and Bruno never performed against them, so I don't know what to get in that. Villarreal is no top team. 17th La Liga, come on, man. Next up, Pogba never played with like that. So United fans trying to justify it, say, oh yeah, he did what he was asked of. No, Pogba was awful. All Manchester United players were awful, except for one. Scott McTominay was the only one, and then if you know that Scott McTominay is actually the best player on the pitch, that goes to show that your team played very poorly. But what I'm trying to get at is that if you try something and it's not working, why not try to tweak and make some alterations? You have Ahmad on the bench. Why not give them something that they didn't expect? You have Van de Beek on the bench. You also have Daniel James on the bench. Rashford was awful right throughout. One Foyt, who was not really a right back, that man mostly plays centrally. He was the makeshift right back for Villarreal today. Why Rashford couldn't beat that man right throughout the match? Then you have Pedraza over on the left-hand side. That man wasn't put to work a lot, and if you look at it, that was probably the weakest link in the team. And had you put in a man like Van de Beek, you would have expected quicker passing because that's how he plays. Quicker passing and more time to run in between the lines. No, guess what? Solskjaer just sit there, arms folded, legs crossed, and just watching. And I was like, boss, what the hell are you thinking? What are you doing? And it goes to show that this man lacks tactical awareness. And I don't care what a lot of United fans want to say. I literally don't. Majority of this season, what has saved this job is individual brilliance. We can't see team tactics and a style of play right throughout. Because if you look at the match today itself, how do you explain that after, I believe it was 100 minutes, that was when you chose to make the first substitution? After the other team had already made 5 substitutions, it seems to mean that this man is out of his depth when it comes on to being tactically aware. So I mean, if you're going to wait that long, and when you finally wait that long, you're going to take off Mason Greenwood, who was actually one of your better performing players, out of a bad bunch. Why not take off Rashford, who has literally done nothing? Because from Rashford has picked up the knock from way back about February. Rashford hasn't played well. Hasn't. So why in such an important match you're going to rest it? You basically put all faith in him, you know. Why are you going to put all faith in Rashford? Come on, boss. And we might be here and we might feel all sort of way about it, but guess what? Ole is not going anywhere. We can cuss the Ole out, Ole this, Ole that. Ole is satisfying what the owners want. And as long as that happens, they're not going for anybody else. I see people talking about Kante. Oh, Kante is on the market. He left Inter today. Oh, Zidane is on the market. Guys, none of those players are coming to. I mean, none of those coaches are coming to United. None of them. And my final say on this, Ole, boy, turmoil seems like it's going to continue because you lack tactical awareness totally. Jason, your take.
Boy, you said it best, you know, the quicker that United fans actually come to the realization that Oli is going nowhere, it is the better it will be for us. Really and truly, I see a lot of people in defense saying that, you know, Oli didn't have any quality off the bench to actually bring on and change the game state. The fact of the matter is that any team with quality beats this Villarreal team, really and truly. This Villarreal team on the surface, and if you look into them deeply, they are not good, and that is why they are 7th in La Liga. So the 11 that was on the pitch was good enough to get the job done without having to depend on substitutions. But of course, I'm not sure if he's only trying to be stubborn or if he's actually very much tactically deficient. But there was so much things today that can be pinpointed as to what he did wrong. No, ultimately he must take responsibility for what has happened because, you know, really and truly, you know, the buck really stops with the manager. In any sort of situation when it comes to team performance and anything. So overall, this loss will be on Oli, and really and truly, we can't hide it that this is a quality that United having right now. It just goes to show that even as much as United fans or some United fans and the owners come out and say, you know, Oli is making progress, it just goes to show how far we actually have to go to get where we need to be, which is to, you know, see back some of these serial title challengers again and go back to the somewhat glory days under Ferguson. So overall, never, I have never hid my feelings about Oli. I think he has a ceiling. And really and truly, I think he has taken the club as far as how under him, and I think it will take somebody else to take us to the next level. But under this ownership, that will not happen. They have faith in him. We're in the Champions League next season, so we just have to keep our fingers crossed and hope and pray that the transfer window goes the way that we want it to go, for us to not experience another 9 to 10 months of misery starting August. So overall, congratulations to Villarreal. United really didn't deserve to win. So them just have to regroup and come back for next season.
Devin, have any input?
Yeah, finally. So I want to look at it from a different perspective, because first the talk is about like the quality of both leagues, La Liga and EPL, right? But it's not all right. Jimmy White is a youth where, like, when he come with the football thing and the comparison of the league, one thing he said to me the other day, which he remind me, like, years back, you remember when Sevilla used to always win Europa League and La Liga teams were doing good in Champions League. And he said, all right, I was one of those who was saying La Liga is a better league. I'm always advocate for that, and I always use that point. So now I had to fall back when he was saying, all right, now look, 2 English teams in the Champions League and an English team is in the Europa League. But now my question now, it's not a good look for the EPL then, because you just said it like they're in 7th place and it's a Bramble team, mid-table team. I saw something where, what's a guy named? One of the legends on the team, and Paul Scholes, what's his name again? That dude.
Paul Scholes, but yeah. Devin, that man is a salt factory. So from my
he was saying La Liga is really poor, so Man U should dispose of this team easily. But not only is a 7th place team, the team is like 58 points. 58 points Villarreal managed to get. Your team 74 points for 2nd place, and to not come out as the victor, it's a bad look. It's a bad look for Man U, and it's a bad look for the 2nd place team in England overall. So that's something to do with, I don't know if it's the quality of the league, because it's supposed to be a really bad season for La Liga, because really and truly Madrid and Barcelona, I must admit, because I'm a La Liga fan, they are not up to par. Trust me, they're not up to par, and everybody can admit that. Can't deny that. But for a 7th place team with 58 points, to not get beaten by a 2nd place team with 78 points, nah. And a final thing I want to say about this is just about the fans itself. I don't understand. For the few La Liga people that I know, they're vying for Villarreal to win. What's with you and you English fans though? Like Bones Banton and all those people though. You all wanting your fellow EPL team to lose. The rival is that bad?
Yeah. it's way deeper than wanting La Liga to win things like that.
Because it's an EPL team, Man U, everybody else will be supporting Man U.
No, so Devin, you see today, the match was Manchester United versus the entire world. That was what the match was about today.
God. Awesome.
Trust me, that's how it is. The hate for Manchester United is that deep. But to answer your question though,
yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily say that it was the quality that was on show that caused the 7th place team from Spain to actually win. In terms of, it's not the league position itself.
Don't
it's
tell
just
me
basic. Huh?
Don't tell me coaching. Sorry to cut you in. Sorry to cut on it, but don't tell me it's coaching.
Come on, it was basically that. United did absolutely nothing on the field today. Nothing.
Poor excuse, boss.
It's just the facts of life. It's just the truth. Because, if you're being honest now, Devin, what did Villarreal do?
Honestly, I just watched the last part. I didn't watch most of it, but
okay.
So I just watched
what happened is that at halftime, United had 67% possession of the ball. Villarreal had 33. I believe at 90 minutes, United had 63% possession. All that mattered was that they scored the first goal, and the first goal was conceded from yet again another set piece. This has been the Achilles heel of United all season long. And it goes back to something that we as United fans discussed, that the producer and I have discussed on multiple occasions. These players are not being coached by, and they have not gotten any sort of defensive coaching, none whatsoever. Because if you're going to do zonal marking, right? Why is it that every time that the zonal marking gets beaten, you concede? Why is that the case? And also, something that I said earlier on, but that I'm not going to go back too much over. The game shouldn't have come down to penalties. Mind you, United should have won within 90. And I said it that once this game went to over 90, United would have lost it. I said it. But since as it went to penalties, you know that David De Gea is very poor. When I said poor, I mean absolutely poor when it comes down to penalty saving. This man, before today, had faced 25 penalties since 2016 and has conceded all 25 of them. After this match, his record reads conceded 36 penalties since 2016. So my question is, why you as a coach didn't pull off a Van Gaal masterstroke today? Van Gaal did it in the 2014 World Cup when Jasper Cillessen was the one who kept for the match. When it went to penalties, he took him off and sent on Tim Krul. If you ask me, at least we as fans would actually look at it and say, oh, he's actually thinking. He's actually trying to use his brain, knowingly that David De Gea is poor with penalty saving. And I'm not using this as an excuse now, because remember, I just pointed it out, United should have never let this come down to penalties. It should have not went to extra time, none at all. So, I mean, boy, it's a tough time. That's all I have to say. But no, to answer to the people in the comment section, no, I don't want to cry. Actually, I'm one of the most calmest United fan right now. I just accept reality. Ole is not going anywhere. We have lost the final. That's it. I'm not going to go around and palaver like a man who should actually hate to be an Arsenal fan right now and celebrating that United actually lost. Oh, Pepe, title. How much titles Pepe have in 4 seasons vis-a-vis United? Come on, man. Is that low your club has gone? Those are the success that you want? Who does that? I think some on that topic, here, Sherwin, because you are the one that I was talking about. You're going around laughing about Pepe and this and that and all those madness. Boss, you accept such mediocrity? Oh boy.
Me just talk facts, brother. Me just talk with the on the books. Me not talk with half the books. Me talk with the on the books. And that the on the books. You understand?
But I'm sure that you have a mouthful to say now, because you're one of the most talkative person I know.
Me don't really have much to say, because honestly, me did nervous in Manchester United today after me see, because me never watch the first half, me just did a follow it. And to be honest, me did nervous when me see the second half. Me did actually feel nervous in Manchester United. Me don't know why. Like the performance to me was so poor that me really and truly couldn't believe that this was Manchester United who just finished on 70-something points in the league, and behind a City team that if when you look at it, if Manchester United had performed better, probably against a club that just a normal club that got points off of them, they probably would have challenged for the league title. It was shocking, and what was even more shocking to me was the fact that I'm still in shock that after 60 minutes, Rashford was still on the football field playing. I honestly couldn't believe that Ole kept Rashford on the field. Honestly to God, like who does that as a coach? Tactically, everybody know say Emery is a very smart coach. Tactically, This man will sit down and he will watch your play, he will watch videos on top of videos on top of videos. Tactically, he's smart, right? And him try to make changes in the game where we impact the game every single time. Oli never do that today. Not one single time. I don't see Oli try to switch nothing or try to get a better result out of the game or anything like that. Now, me here not talk about the game should have been done and buried before 90 minutes or even before penalty shootout. We never get a chance to kill the game. Ever see Manchester United get the chance to kill the game? Yo,
You're
the 30
you're gonna have chat though. You notice what I said? I said the big players in Bruno and Pogba, they didn't show that they didn't create enough. That's what I said. And I said that I said that the coach saw that something wasn't actually working and yet still he went with it.
Okay. Because
I wanted to answer one question though. Devin brought up a point, right? He said that he, as a La Liga fan, wanted Villarreal to win. You being an Arsenal fan, which side of the fence you were actually on?
I just said that I was nervous for Manchester United, so that means.
Yeah, you'll be nervous for Manchester.
I don't know what
nervous. Hold on. You'll be nervous for Manchester
United
United doesn't necessarily mean that you wanted United to win. Thank you, Devin.
You be nervous. No, you be nervous. What does that mean? You be nervous for Man. I don't know what it means. I don't know.
Obviously, me can't disclose who me did that support. You're crazy. When Manchester United involved, me can't disclose who me did that support. You're crazy.
I know you were supporting Bones. You were supporting Unai Emery. Good evening, your former coach.
Hey, me hate Unai Emery like a poison. Yeah, idiot. But support Unai Emery. Anyways, honestly, me did want Manchester United win, but that's something where you can't publicly disclose. You have to just. But me just do it a while ago, shit. Probably, that's why I don't lose.
Yeah, man,
Devin, let me tell you something, Devin, about me. We will go on and we will rant about other clubs, but there's one thing about me. Whenever there's an English club in a final, me always want the English club win. Unless I Tottenham.
Okay, and Sherwin, from the other night, I should have asked you this question because Kason and a few other viewers were asking, why do you call him Tottenham and not Tottenham? They're asking the question, why do you call him Tottenham and not Tottenham?
I do not believe that club across the street actually deserve me putting extra effort into pronouncing their name properly. I do not care.
He gave a good response.
So Bones, we're not talking about the two former Tottenham players who win trophies again today.
Well, no, me never look into that. I wish two players them win trophies.
One fight is one of them. One fight.
And soon to the next one.
Seriously, Jason.
But
Etienne Capoue.
Oh, Capoue,
okay.
Yes.
But you know who was really impressive for Villarreal today? The former Liverpool player.
Which one?
Moreno, yeah.
Moreno, yeah.
Moreno came on late on, boss. He never started the game.
No, but the few minutes in play, him look really good. Him never too bad. The former Arsenal player too was blazing the midfield.
I was about to say that the man leave Arsenal to win a big trophy between us. I mean,
Francis Coquelin.
Boy, everybody get licked this year. May I tell you, Man U get licked because Villarreal beat them. Tottenham get licked. Liverpool get licked. Arsenal get licked.
I really truly, you know, from a United perspective, it just doesn't get any easier because Saturday we have to go either see Chelsea or Man City lift the Champions League. So there's no win for we.
No, but obviously you don't want City win the Champions League Saturday.
I don't want Chelsea to win it either. I will put Chelsea on 2 Champions League, only 1 behind we. So I don't want them to win.
So you want the match rain out, then feel flooded and everything.
Something for go on.
Save it for Friday. All right, so Shakes really want to get in his point about the match, so I'm going to bring in Shakes.
And pull over.
Yeah, man, he did. So Shakes,
I
your turn.
pull over too, you know.
Yeah, man. Good night, guys. So, you know, I had to touch on the little Manchester United nonsense that went on today.
With
I've been
emotions.
listening to what Levon and Devin and what Jason has been saying. Jason, with his politically correct self, don't really want to hit out on the coach that bad, right? But listen, guys, you know, really and truly, as a Manchester United fan, I am literally embarrassed coming on the show tonight, right? Every other Manchester United fan should be embarrassed. Like, honestly, we should literally be in hiding right now. I believe it was Devin that brought up the whole EPL versus La Liga,
Yeah.
comparison, right? And you're right. There is no way we should be finishing second in the league. You even gave the points tally. But listen, it's not just even a matter of the points tally. Literally, if you look at the La Liga table, you're going to have to scroll down on your computer to literally find Villarreal. Right? You're going to have to scroll, right, to see Villarreal. When you look at the table, that is why, you know, for me, you see when persons, and it's not a matter of trying to feel good about what has transpired, because guess what, I literally went in today with no expectations of my club. That's the first time I've ever been in a European final or even a final and have little to no expectation. And probably if you guys are honest with yourself, you guys literally had no expectations. You might get up and say, oh, well, you hope that they win. But guess what? If they lost, it wouldn't come as a surprise. Why? Because you're just afraid to admit that your
All right,
team not
Shakes.
good. Right?
Shakes, one thing though.
We literally don't have a coach. Right?
No, but Shakes,
yes?
one thing that I want to point out though. From about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I saw a lot of United fans saying that, oh, we're starting to feel scared about the final. I was like, So when the match was supposed to play against Liverpool and these stupid fans stopped the match from playing, a lot of people say that, oh, that shouldn't have any bearings, but they don't know about something in sports called momentum. When you stop a momentum from going on and then you discombobulate everything and you have to play, 4 matches in the space of 8 days. What you actually think is going to happen, and then the team is going to lose these games. The producer and I said it that, hear what? Manchester United form is dipping, while Villarreal on the other hand, form is slowly coming upwards. Because if you cannot remember, you know, because I watch all the leagues, it was just the other day the same Villarreal beat. Notice, I didn't just say they just simply win, you know. They beat the team that is actually in 4th place. A team that was actually challenging for the title, Sevilla, by what? I believe it was 4 goals to 1.
Yeah.
So they were on a momentum and they continued driving towards going that. And remember that it wasn't until late on the other day Real Madrid actually ended up beating them.
That's what I was gonna say. Yep.
I, as a man, as a fan of football, look at it and was saying that, okay.
And you're not seeing that.
So, yeah, man, go ahead.
In cut out. Oh no, not cut out. In my cut out.
You might say that, you know.
Yes, I'm not hearing about.
You can hear me now. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
yeah, you can hear me now. Yeah, I'm on mobile data, so you know how that goes. Yeah. So I was saying, on the weekend, yes, they played Real Madrid, right? But let us ask ourselves this: does anybody really know anybody in that Villarreal team?
Yeah, I know.
I
know every one of them.
No. As in, all right, yeah,
Francis.
you might know the players in terms of the names of the players, but can you call any of the players that play for Villarreal a top player?
No.
Oh, that's what you mean.
No.
Yeah, man. No. That's what I mean.
Because all right, the man that is in their squad that you could say, oh, he was actually a top player, but he has declined is Danny Parejo. And he has declined.
You know that when I look at the team, Levon, I saw a team of nomadic players, which simply means these are journeymen that have landed at Villarreal.
So let's start. So you're talking about
journeymen.
Journeymen.
We were beaten by journeymen.
You're talking about Royal Albiol. You're talking about Danny Parejo. You're talking about Carlos Bacca. You're talking about One Fight.
No, and also
and you can add Coquelin. You can add Coquelin to that list too. You can add Alberto Moreno also.
Capuy was at Watford playing in Championship.
And exactly, Etienne Capoue, right? So we were literally beaten by journeymen today. Journeymen. That don't make any sense. If we're going to have these mad Manchester United fans getting up and saying, "Oh, we are progressing under Ole." So you are telling me that as a team that finishes second in a league table in England, and you are spending this much money, you can beat journeymen?
279 million.
You can beat journeymen? Oh my, come on, man. Listen, all of today, I literally felt embarrassed as a Manchester United fan. I literally stayed away from Facebook. I never go on Facebook and get up and say, oh, Ole out, because guess what? I've been saying that from day one. Maybe many of you will wake up and realize that.
Let's point out one thing that we have also established, Shakes. You said it that Ole is a manager, not a coach.
Not a coach. I heard you guys touching on when he made the substitutions. Hey, guess what? You see, even if you don't trust the players, just by making a substitution, even one, you may end up with a different result. Right? But guess what? You won't know until you actually make that substitution to see if it creates a difference in the style of play or the result. But guess what? It don't make sense to making a substitution in extra time. It already means that you're not playing to win.
But one of the things that puzzled me too about the game today, really about the game, I agree with Shakes on his substitution. As me say, me believe say Rashford should have been pulled from about in the 68th minute when based on the game when me did a watch. But one of the things is what I couldn't understand, probably 95% of these players, or probably 100% of these players, I can't remember if they here they start, didn't play on Sunday. Like they didn't play on Sunday.
No, he
producer, the viewer take with on Menke. The producer says it's not sports Frenzzyy tonight, it's crime Frenzzyy tonight.
So Bones, you even bringing up that because earlier while the show was going on, I was actually typing in the comment section. Manchester United literally rested the first team. Now, how do you rest the first team to play midweek and you can motivate the players to come and win a game? And it's not a matter of, if we had lost the game, say 3-2 or 4-3, you could understand. But we literally created nothing in the game.
Yeah. That's why I can't understand how people are say, the game should have been done and buried. Like earlier, I'm not you Levan, but
Sherwin. One thing you don't understand, I can understand why they're saying it. Reason being,
they're saying that
you should have created more opportunities within 90 minutes.
Yeah, but that wasn't the game. That wasn't the game that
that's why we are saying you shouldn't have let it reach to that point. That's what we're saying.
You're misinterpreting what they're saying. Yeah, you're misinterpreting what they're saying. Basically, Manchester United on paper. When we drop the team sheets, that's why I ask you, who from the Villarreal team do you know? You don't know nobody apart from that they are journeymen, right? So when you draw up, when you submit the two teams to the Europa League, listen, really and truly, you know, those men would be starting to etch Manchester United name and the trophy, you know. But guess what? You see, over the course of the 90 minutes, my God, man. But you better wait and know the chef and the dishwashers in that game.
You saw before the match actually was played and the stadium was setting up the other day. I think it was yesterday. They actually had a little, what do you call it, a banner or plaque with Mason Greenwood, man of the match, on it. So basically,
it was on the big screen.
They etched United name on the trophy already.
It was on the big screen.
I know for all the persons out there who would be predicting the winner, or just in terms of expectations of the match itself, everybody would have expected Manchester United to come out and, as I said, even if we get up and lose 3-2 or 4-3, we would come out and play very well, especially because we rested the players. Yes, Levon, you might mention the whole momentum thing, but guess what? The whole point of resting people, especially when you have had a condensed season, is to basically ensure that the players have their energy tanks in full and also have some in reserve. But based on what happened today, you would have to wonder if that Manchester United team literally played 4 games straight.
And they didn't. Yeah. They didn't.
So
right,
honestly,
so Shakes, I want to point out one thing quickly. So Shakes, after all this hiding, we should have said it on the previous show, right? Guess who has finally showed up again? Natalie Palmer. She ran away when Liverpool wasn't doing well. Yes, she has showed up.
Yeah, man. All of them coming out of the woodworks.
Who showed up? Who showed up now,
Natalie Palmer.
Natalie Palmer.
Oh, yeah, Miss CR.
Yeah,
but anyways, finally, finish up on this United topic quickly.
So
looking at go on.
All right, go on, Sherwin.
No, me did I say looking at the game a little bit deeper too. As a coach, like, well, honestly, only I don't know, coach. All right, as a manager, Zine, there are certain things that started to happen in the game where, boy, you never want them things to happen. Let me point out. So they were going to take off Rashford, right? When you check it, Pogba injured, can't continue. Luke Shaw I go down. Everything happening at one particular moment for Oli, right? So even the commentators got confused at one point, because at one point they thought that Rashford came off. When they check, they said that Rashford is off. Then they check Rashford is still on, Pogba is off.
Quickly.
Yeah. So it was like a period happened in the game where only just, I think the entire management team of Manchester United probably just gave up, because everything just started to go against them in the game while they were still in the game. So, you know, it was a bad day for United, and me feel it for them, because the defeat is a tough one, especially to the team that they lost to be honest.
All right, Shakes, final say.
Last thing I will say, Levon used 2 words: individual brilliance. It's something that I've been saying on the Facebook page and on Sports Frenzzyy for the entire season. Manchester United has relied on individual brilliance. None of that was evident in the match today, right? And when you don't get individual brilliance, that is where you need a coach, as in a real coach, to basically implement strategies to get you.
Shakes, I spoke on it, you know. I spoke on it. So that will be a wrap on the Manchester United issue. But before we move on, we're going to give away a $500 flow credit, and it's a question based on Manchester United, because it's the Manchester United man that has sponsored this credit. So, guys who want you to answer the question and answer it in its entirety, no one piece answer. We're going to overlook whoever just answer a piece of the question. So the question reads: when was the last time Manchester United won a penalty shootout in a competition? What competition was it, and against which side? So again, when was the last time Manchester United won a penalty shootout in a competition. What competition was it? And which side was it against? Producer will keep looking at the comment section to see the first person who types the answer. That's it about Manchester United. that's the final say on Manchester United until we are ready to discuss who won the credit. After that, we'll move on. Now we go over to some NBA. That's right up Devin's alley. Devin, so it's your favorite time of the season, you know, playoffs.
Yeah, but before we touch the players, we can just mention a few things about the NBA. There's some NBA issues.
Yeah, man, no problem.
All right,
no problem, man.
So I was trying to call the program a couple of days, the Sports Desk program, just to talk about the LeBron issue or the LeBron's violation of the health protocols, right? So, contrary to some people, because some people think that I'm a LeBron fan, some people think I'm a LeBron hater. I'm a Lakers supporter. Support LeBron because since Kobe left, everybody been laughing at us. LeBron come, bring us a championship. Irrespective of the fact that it was during the bubble, we still get a championship. Now, a man like Piner who call regularly and he call the show regularly. Him is a starch LeBron hater. Everybody's supposed to accept and find action Sterling. I'm virgin, so we can call him up. The man hate LeBron. And him claim to say facts him bring out about LeBron. So the issue now, Levon and company is that, all right, people and they work into are saying that LeBron should have been suspended or should have been fined because he attended an event with no mask down. You know what I'm saying? And they're drawing the comparison. Listen, they're drawing the comparison to Lou Williams. I don't know if you follow it. Lou Williams, he went to Atlantic City. Not Atlantic City, Atlanta, Magic City in Atlanta. I claim he went to get some chicken wings. Everybody knows that place is a big stripper club. He was placed on quarantine. This other dude now named Porter from Rockets. Listen where he went. He went to a strip club as well. He was fine. Most recently, somebody else went somewhere and he was also to a club and was fine. The event that LeBron went, and I'm going to read from here. Right? This is by the spokesperson for the NBA. He went to an event. This is from Mike Bass. Went to an event whereby it is required for people to be fully vaccinated or a negative COVID test result would have been administered. So you get entrance. Either you're fully vaccinated or you have a negative COVID test. Now, that was the requirement. And the NBA said that's why they didn't suspend him. It's a different thing. If it is a case that LeBron was at a strip club or any club, which according to the NBA says what those places are not regulated. Get what I'm saying? Definitely he would have been fined or suspended. Now I was listening to Zidane. I didn't get to talk to Zidane because Zidane is a big LeBron supporter. And he's a big granite, I call it. He's saying it's because LeBron is bigger than the game. That's garbage. It's not because LeBron is bigger than the game. He's not bigger than the game. If LeBron went to a strip club or any kind of club where it was in violation of NBA's policy, he would have been fined or suspended. Man went to an event with Drake and Michael B. Jordan to promote a tequila, a new brand of tequila. And it was an event that was, as I said before, I don't need to repeat myself, negative COVID test or fully vaccinated. However, it's not clearly stated if he's fully vaccinated or if he turned up a negative COVID test result, which the NBA is saying it's not a requirement or it's not mandatory for him to state that. Once the protocol exists at the event says that, guess what? Levon, if Levon shakes anybody, once you show a negative COVID test or you show something that you're fully vaccinated, once it is requirement of the event, then good to go. So that's that. It's not that LeBron is bigger than the game, or it's not that he's treated, unfairly because he's a superstar. LeBron, when he can go strip, he will be looking better than LeBron if he goes to a strip club, knowing he's a family man with his wife and everything. Most of the other men will go there, even though married man go to strip club, I understand, but for his image and the NBA, his brand would look good for him. So that's that for LeBron, all right? Second thing I want to talk about is mid-season awards. When I call the show, like back in February, the mid-season awards close to All-Star, I talk about these people and, you know, like Coach of the Year. The first award is Coach of the Year. At that point, me and Zidane agreed that Tim, pronounce his name for me properly, Tim Thibodeau, right? From Knicks. He was to be the Coach of the Year. Normally what they look at now is the best record. And I'm glad what NBA did right now in terms of him being sidelined as one of the best coaches of the year, so to speak. Monty Williams is there with from Monty Williams from Phoenix and this guy named Snyder from Jazz. If you check those two team records, they're the only two teams with 50 wins. You know what I'm saying? Jazz and Suns. However, Knicks had a win record of 43. And I love the fact that they didn't put in Philly with a win total of 49, nor Brooklyn Nets with 48. I love the fact they didn't do that. They put in Knicks. Why? Knicks won 21 games last year, LeBron. And for them to win 43 games this year, not because they didn't win majority of the games like other teams, you know, because they normally give to teams who have the better record. I love the fact that they put him in there as one of the three, you know, finally, so to speak, for the Coach of the Year. I love that. Right? So my Rookie of the Year would have been Ball. I'm biased because I don't know, because of the father and everything. I'm just a Ball fan. I'm sorry. There may be other people there who may be better than him or whatever, but I'm just a Ball fan, so I was advocating for Rookie of the Year. They don't decide on that yet. But the one thing that changed based on the situation when I called was for Embiid. I was calling for Embiid to be the MVP. Facts changed. He got hurt. I know Zidane was saying LeBron for MVP, but now I'm going with the Joker from down Denver. I'm going with him. I want him to win it because since what a guy named again, Murray went out, the man been balling, both assists, both points, but you can't deny it. I want him to get it. No, we touch the playoffs now. There's a competition which I am actually sponsoring. I beg some people some money on the road to sponsor it. You know, Jamal the genius organize it. So my picks, even though things are changing, I'm just going to reveal what I have for them and quickly. 2 sweep. I can remember the 2 series I have for the sweep is Boston going to get swept by Brooklyn. Boston going to get swept by Brooklyn. Philly gonna sweep Washington as well. Those are my 2 predictions that I have, and it's on the page so people know about it. If it change, no big deal. I don't want to say something about prediction because sometimes I listen to you guys, especially no disrespect to the guys that I hear. I like listening to everybody, but my favorite guy to listen on the football thing is Ayutni and Ryan Larson. No disrespect to nobody. I just me like listen when Ryan talk. I'm listening to Shakes and everybody. I like listen when Ryan talk. And when a man and here give a prediction is not a criteria to judge how well or effective an analyst you are. You give a prediction just to say, okay, you give a 2-1. Anything can happen. So sometimes someone may say, okay, a team is gonna win and the team don't win, and a man come and say, oh, Levan is bad, Shakes is bad. Yeah, that's not how you reason things. You know, the greatest of analysts out there will give a prediction about a game and it's wrong. That doesn't mean that they're not effective. No, if you continue to be, you know, incorrect based on prediction, no, that's an issue. So say this to say now, if I say something about a prediction and it goes the other way, it doesn't necessarily mean that, hey, I'm bad at analyzing the sport that I'm talking about. And the same thing for you guys, right? Because I listen to you and you guys are knowledgeable. But if a man asks you, oh, you think the game is going to go? And you say, oh, man, you're going to win. And they lose. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person that I'm talking about the sport. You agree with me, guys?
But one thing though, Devin.
Yeah.
It seems like this is a little subliminal shot at one of our specific analysts at times, Demo.
No, subliminal shot. So next in the East, though, because I'm on my phone actually watching that game now, the Knicks game, and Randy, as a youth, I'm really a good on the page, and him not take things offensive. So I call him bad man all the time because him always Randy Morgan.
Oh, Randy. He's actually in the comment section.
Yeah, man, big up bad man, Randy, man. As a youth, I know I can say that to him, and he doesn't take things very, toward. He's not sensitive like some of the other people on the page.
So, hold on a second before we move on, Devin.
Yeah.
So here's Demo, the man who that uppercut just went for. He's saying that, well, I mean, he's taking back a jab by saying that prediction should be based off sense, fact, checks, and stats.
Of course, we can't just predict for just prediction. Of course, they're gonna look into that. On Demo. Of course, they're gonna look into that. But even when you take into all the facts considered, right? I mean, there may be a one or two times where there may be an upset. Yeah, but like I said, to agree with what you're saying, Demo, we look at all those facts, we look at all the analysis, we look at head-to-head and all of that, and then you make a decision. But if consistently you're doing that and your prediction is off, something is wrong. Like when people used to start calling out Paul Pierce. Because like, if Paul Pierce was saying, okay, Boston is going to win, take the next team that is playing. That's the reason Paul Pierce. Because people start calling him out. But he still maintained his job. And people are saying, how did he maintain his contract? So I understand what you're saying.
All right, hold on a second, Devin. Because someone has won the credit.
Oh,
Curtis, yeah. Curtis, sorry, you came close, but guess what? You forgot a few details. So Amanda's running instantly and just gave you an uppercut. So Joel Dale has won the credit. Yes, it's the 1920 season, and it was against Rochdale in the FL Cup. Curtis went on to list out the information by saying that we won 5-3. It was Daniel James who scored the final penalty.
Yes,
also the problem is that you never listed the competition and the year, so that's where you got it wrong, Curtis. So congrats, Joel. Just message Sports Frenzzyy and we'll get in contact with your boss.
Curtis is hard, man.
Alright, so Joel is actually saying that he's going to donate it. So first, Joel, we'll send it to you and then you'll do whatever afterwards. Alright, pick it up.
Alright, so I'm going to have the East prediction and how I see it, right? For now. So I said Boston gonna get sweep. Wizards gonna get sweep. I have Knicks and Atlanta series going down to 7 games with Knicks. Of course,
currently one all at this point in time.
Yeah. The Knicks. I see Knicks winning 4-3. For the Miami and Bucks series, I think Miami gonna win 1 game. So I see that going 4-1. Now to the West, where the West is the best.
4-1, okay.
Yeah, and the biggest team and the best team in the world ever, Lakers, right? Because Zidane a few weeks back until Zidane, all right? It does, once Bron and AD comes back, it doesn't matter who's at number 1, doesn't matter who's at number 2, I couldn't care less. And he's saying, respect of the injury, I say, right, I don't care. Once they're, say, 90% fit, I don't care who's at number 1 or who's at number 2. Now, here's where I'm going to put in a little bias. My team Lakers are going to knock off everything. Right? So, Suns start out good. When Suns beat us the first game, the page turn up. Now we win the second game. I don't think Suns winning the next game, especially with Chris Paul not looking Chris Paul, But this is expected from Chris Paul. Once it's playoffs, just look out for an injury to come about. So, I think I had 4-1 for that series. I'm not going to change on that one. For the Utah is going to take care of Memphis. Demo is a big Ja Morant fan. Big up Demo. He's a big Ja Morant fan. I used to watch Ja Morant from when he was in college too. But guess what? They're not going to do the upset, Demo. They're not going to do the upset. Just going to beat them. I have it 4-1 for that series as well. For the next series with with Dallas. That's the one now, Levon, I'm going to jump ship on. Clippers winning that series 4-2. But I'm going to jump.
Serious?
Yeah, that not before. Yeah,
that was before. You're saying before you add that.
Everything I'm talking about the prediction is before now, and I'm still sticking by everything before. All the winners. I'm still sticking by everything with the exception of the Clippers series, boss. I'm jumping ship on that one. I'm bailing out on that one. I'm going with that.
Let me ask you a question though, Devin. Why had you chosen Clippers to actually beat Mavericks when you're a man that has vast knowledge when it comes down to basketball?
Yeah, because
and you know for a fact that one Paul George, when it comes on to playoff,
I'm gonna disappear.
Yeah,
Because actually, I still believe in I before the series and everything. Honestly, my thing is I like Kawhi, right? I'm a Kawhi fan. I like his game. Still a good two-way player. You understand me? And then they made some additions, yes, and they got playoff Rondo. I was just thinking, yo, they're gonna do it, but I'm open. Even though I'm jumping ship, I'm open for Clippers' sake. They reach the next round, but it's looking like a 4-1 for Dallas to me at this point.
You know the good thing for Mavericks is,
yeah,
and I've watched this, well, not just for the playoff, but I've been watching it all season long. Everybody know that Dancic is the man. But
yeah.
guess who has also shown up on a regular basis? Tim Hardaway. He has showed up a whole lot. So instead of them just depending solely on Dancic, they have other men that are actually stepping up. And even
that's a good point to make. Good point you make.
I'm saying that.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm saying that even Porzingis, somewhat as he might not have hit the level that we quite know that he can get to, but even him has raised it a level based on what he has done throughout the regular season and since the playoff. You're seeing that there's improvement overall, right? So I'm saying that if somebody case and then you have a Paul George who, as we said, typical of him to just go last when it comes on to playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why you'd actually still remain hopeful that the Clippers can still pull it off.
I'm gonna tell Demo, I stopped betting until September. But just for you, I'll take you up on a bet for that, Demo. Because he's saying that's a prediction I'm gonna lose. Memphis is gonna beat.
Yeah, I saw it.
Utah. Yeah. I'm not betting until. Yeah. Back to Dallas. And Levon, you know I'm a betting man already, all right? So this Union Doncic, right? I want to talk about him real quick. Before he came to the NBA, I used to when I was in Jamaica, right? And stuff. I used to bet on some Euro basketball league. I used to buy like Real Madrid and buy against Barcelona and them team there. And that youth was lighting it up from down there. And a lot of people were talking about him coming to the NBA. And it's only because he came in with Zion. He came in with Zion. I'm not sure if he came in the same year with Zion. Why he wasn't drafted at number 1. All right? But I watching that dude just because of betting. That's all I know about him from down in the Euro basketball tournament. And he was ahead of his peers. Even though it's Europa league and it's a smaller standard than the NBA. But I say, yo, when that guy come to the NBA,
right, so Devin, Shakes is actually saying that he joined with drafted with Trey Young.
Yeah, was the number 1 pick that year? Was the number 1 pick?
Shakes, if you can find info for that one,
but just right now, I just can't pick it up. But with Porzingis now, let me touch on what you're saying about Porzingis and Dallas. My stepson is 17 and he plays ball. Up to yesterday, I sent him to the Brooklyn game. Make him go watch it. Because him still having a med, say I'm gonna be big at the basketball team. But me I try tell him, say, yo, you have to deal with the bookwork. Because if you don't make it, you're kind of the house and do nothing. So even though you
balance it.
The average youth in the US, that's the thing. As a teacher, we try to talk to them. We try to tell them, say, listen, there are so much NBA players that know more.
True.
So we try to tell them, say, okay, you're not gonna be the next LeBron James. You're not gonna, but at the same time, you don't want to play on them dreams. And I was talking to his coach, and he was talking about Porzingis. You touch on Porzingis, and he's saying that it's not if, it's a must when the injury gonna come for him because he's so tall and I don't know the makeup of his body. He was going through the explanation. I don't even remember what he was saying, Levon, but he was saying like it's like difficult for him to play for long and not getting injured. But once they utilize him good, it's gonna be a difficult team to stop. Yeah, and this youth now that I like, I think he was in Philly one time. Like a slim youth named Josh Richardson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, see a youth named Elton Gardner putting up name Cleveland.
Yeah, but I was putting it up just now that he said that the entire Dallas team clicking still. Even Kleber, Josh Richardson, Finney Smith.
The only thing I don't like with them some of the times that like most of these teams, they rely too much on the outside game, the 3-point. They don't want to go back to the fundamental, like working it. All right, Dallas have this big guy here named Lavon. I want to call him Bo Band. I don't remember his name. The guy's like almost 8 feet. He's very, very tall. Very tall dude from down one of those countries. Right? I don't remember his name. But whenever they put that guy in there and you play the inside game, just to give some of the other guys a rest.
Where's that guy?
His name Bo.
No, the team. Which team?
Same Dallas, man. He's very tall, man. A white dude from down one of them countries that is either Croatia or one of those countries. Somebody can search up his name and find it out easily.
Yeah, man, I'm checking.
But they can, you see if they can balance it and go inside game with him, make him post up, throw the ball to him sometime. Boban. Yeah, he must say Boban, yeah. Very, very tall guy. Just play the inside game with him sometimes and stop relying so much on the outside shot. Only Luka some of the times, he drives going. I was watching what the guy name again, Tim Hardaway Jr. when he was in Michigan. That man used to love drive and go to the basket. Now he's doing good, but he just relied too much on the 3-point, shot. The champion, right? The defending champion Lakers, my team. You see, sometimes we just work 80 inside, and you see Drummond, so work Drummond inside. Everybody talking about Brooklyn, you know. When we catch Brooklyn, you know, problem, you know. And I'm going on the assumption that we are going to make it out of the West. A lot of people talk. Where I talk bias, and I'm going to live with my side. I'm still working coming out of the West. All them Jazz, all them.
All right, so David, here's Elton saying that Boban is a defensive liability. Them guards smile when he enter the game.
No, but I understand with the defense, like most other players. Steph is also a defensive liability, but it depends on how you use him. Other big players inside too.
Not a good comparison though.
Not a good. It's like apples and oranges. Let me give you some of the big guys who inside here. They definitely can defend, but coaches use them. Then you put on. All right, let me give you an example with my team Lakers. This guy named Wesley Matthews. When we put on Wesley Matthews, we put him on to compensate for some of the big guys who not so good with defend. Like you see that guy named Morris. He's a good defender. But if you're watching a game the other day, Vogel just take out even Caruso that was doing good for him, and this guy named Orton Tucker, and put in that guy, because that guy was a lockdown defender, and he locked down on the Golden State team and get it done. So using the big guy, Bo, put on some wing defenders, you can get it work. But I remember the level, he's not going to use it for the entire quarter, you know, just probably like a 4 minutes or 3 minutes. That's just my thing. I like to see.
If you look at it though, you know, what is the case where the coach has a particular style that he's trying to stick towards? Yeah. I get that what you're getting at, you know, in terms of, yeah, you know that sometimes you want to switch it up so teams don't necessarily come and just expect that, oh, this is the way that you're going to play.
Here you go.
But you have other it's just like right across sports, right? Just like a football game where you have to play a particular style. However, when a man comes to expect, oh, you know that tonight they're going to play press, gen press, counter-attacking. You just switch it up on them totally and you just have a different intricate to your game. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from totally.
That's why Golden State they lose that time against LeBron and them. They just rely too much on the outside shot.
Understood. But in terms of
that's it basically. I have Lakers and Nets going to the finals. Lakers gonna win in 6.
I said Lakers, as expected, Lakers to take it for you because you're a Lakers man.
And it's a win-win for me because if Brooklyn go, because you know we support the New York team then.
Oh boy.
So that's
Boss,
it.
you're a Lakers fan. Don't come try to add that little intricacy
Ah,
into
yeah.
it because
Forget about that. Me don't live in New York. Me sent me man. Me a mate friend man. You are me a Lakers fan. Me a Lakers fan. If
but
Brooklyn and Lakers meet in the final and them bust up Lakers, all right. So me not go jump on and walk on to say, okay, I support.
I love that.
Brooklyn.
You know why I like that, Devin? I'm sure that you know of Chris Lynch. Chris Lynch is one of those men that loves to play it safe, you know. So it's like you just came out and just say, hey, what? Me not come from New York all of that. You see, if it was Chris Lynch would be like, well, Levon, you know, say, and he just go right around in a circle just to avoid the end thing I've just admitted. But, there's a question for you though from Elton. He said, Devin, address LeBron lack of driving to the rim.
LeBron is 30 something now, man. Man tired, man. Man tired for do that and with him big body, cause you know what some people call him the big chuck like Kirk. Yo, Billy is a comedian. You know? Billy always adjust him to the big chuck when the big chuck is coming. He can't do much of that now. You understand? And to take much of that lick, he can't manage most of that nowadays. So now him just do that lazy thing, just stay outside and him work on him 3 game. And him perfect in the 3 game.
But coming from the doctor himself though, the doctor is saying that he believes it's because of his injury woes. It's more of that than his actual age.
But both of them goes with it. So him getting older, so him gonna be more prone to injuries. Right? When I look at him the other day, all right, with that simple he got injured, I think, against Atlanta. He wasn't that big thing with his ankle, you know? All right. And then when I look at Demo's player, Ja Morant, I thought Ja Morant would have been done for the season the way he was being, like, he was in crutches coming off the court.
True.
And within like a month or like 6 weeks, he was back.
Yeah, but why? Young.
He's younger. I'm saying he's young.
But Shakes is also saying that he can't put too much pressure on the right ankle either. So that is another thing.
But listen now. You see all of them things they're talking about the right ankle and thing. I'm not making no excuse for LeBron and all of them, you know. Like some people are saying, okay, because here I know the narrative gonna be with these Brownites, you know, and they are one of the people who like burn them out, you know. All right. People just come to Lakers just because Brown is there. All right. They want to create this narrative level on, all right. So Lakers lose. Oh, LeBron and AD wasn't fully fit. All right. Flip it now. Do the reverse. Lakers win. Who is the greatest thing ever? One win with 75% health. You know, he was at 70%. It was nah. I see what they're trying to create a narrative. Once he's playing and he's declared fit to play in the game, boss, that's it. I don't care about no 75% or 50% injury. You're playing in the game. So if you lose, you're gonna take what comes with it. And that's my team.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
One quick thing though, Jason, before we came on here, Devin was throwing some shots, you know. Devin said that some of these people that here say, oh, I'm a Lakers fan, they're not actual Lakers fan. Reason being, when a lot of them heard that LeBron was coming over, they leave Lakers. And I pointed out man like this because I'm not a LeBron fan. Not at all. I grew up watching Kobe Bryant because that is the man that actually let me fall in love with the Lakers. However, Kobe's around no more and I'm not a fan of LeBron. So why should I support Lakers? Oh man, when Stephen Curry is my play.
Big up Star Diamond. See how what you think? Mitchell is back now, so LeBron, demon in delusional self thinking that Ja Morant is gonna create the upset. Not one more game.
So Devin, here's another Laker fan. Latias saying that Lakers need to stop falling in the fourth quarter. That's gonna be their downfall. Stop
fall behind. Yeah. That's a good point. But forgetting that CP3 got injured, LeBron fans are the worst defenders of his antics. I get into the LeBron and my thing is, I don't want a narrative because I know where this is heading. I know these Brownites and I can read their mind. right? They're trying to, just like you're saying with Chris Lynn, trying to be on the fence. Oh, LeBron wasn't fully fit. They want to create a narrative that if they lose, they just lose. Because guess what? If they win, they're going to say it's the greatest thing ever because he wasn't fully fit and he beat the number 2 seed. He beat this team. He's beaten. No. You can't have it that way, bro. No, bro. Don't work that way. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
If I'm wrong, because some of the things that I talk about based on passion. Like when it come on to Lakers and trying to win everything, I take out some logical reason and statistic reason. But that what I'm talking about is a logical reason. I know the narrative for these Brownites. I know them like Raymond Williamson, me and him.
But because Devin, you have to tell Raymond to actually tune into the show, because that is not a man who actually tune into the show.
All right, I'm gonna tell him, because every time, because when earlier I was saying, I tell him I was gonna mention, so you're gonna bash LeBron. I'm saying no, I'm not gonna bash LeBron, but
no, it's the time that you should tag them up in our car. We're going to have you on a regular basis to talk about basketball, basketball season.
Like the Brownites people, them want to tag him. Like, I'm a virgin, because this youth I taught him from Georgia. I want to big him up in Barrington Kemar when I was Kems Henry. I taught him when I was at George's, man. And at one point he was in my house when I teach at George's.
That is the next one who will be tuned into the show.
I'm gonna link him and make him come in, man. Because he has good knowledge, and he was a good student, and until this day he's a smart youth. But he's a Brownite too. I mean, call him enough time I argue with him, because this is my final point, and if anybody want me to address anything after that, then that's it. I catch him one day and I'm gonna beat him bad enough. He was saying, Giannis should make no excuse. Giannis scored well in that game. I think Giannis scored 30 points, right? And he was saying, but they lost. He was saying, as a superstar, you should take your team over the line. Irrespective of the fact that he scored 30 points, you should take your team over the line. I say, okay, fair point. Next day, Lakers play. LeBron didn't do so well. The man started cuss AD. LeBron and AD. The man started cuss LeBron and AD. So I said, you never remember the day before you were saying superstars should take their team over the line. It's kind of different. It's a different scenario. So I catch a Brownite at that time. I catch him. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to reason that a superstar, irrespective of what may be happening in the game, you should take your team over the line, that you should be consistent with that. Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm a teacher.
Just all right. Majority of what you've spoken tonight has been right on point. Can't go around that. Well, one quick thing. Elton. Want to point out that Elton was the one who actually sponsored the credit. So big up Elton. United man, I'm sure you're disappointed because Elton is also a big Ole fan. Arguably Ole's biggest defender. Also, Elton, come on, boss. You know what's around here. You know that we're going to discuss a lot of basketball, because football will always be one of the topic, but basketball is where we're at right now. We're going to discuss a lot of basketball. So just stay tuned, and you yourself can join in on the panel, because we told you a long time ago, Elton, to join the show. It's just you that has run away from the show, man. So join in. And on that note, we're going to end it right here.
All right, bless up, man. Bless up.
A pleasure having you here, Devin, and we hope to have you here on a consistent basis, because
you have
a wealth of knowledge about basketball.
But sometimes the only reason I can't tune in is because I have a million and one things, sir. I have a wife and 3 kids. So
understand that, man. But
rough.
Once you're available,
man. I'm gonna reach like I'm gonna try also and try to make something, man. All I wanna reach, man, man. And I'll big up Josh Carl too, who's a Brownite too. Big him up, but we have to burn him out.
Yeah, man, Josh Carl like LeBron, man.
Oh, you like LeBron? Okay.
Oh, boss, the man that dislike LeBron.
Well, my Laker fan?
Yeah. Big Lakers. But the man cannot put Lakers on the back burner now, Zane.
LeBron is LeBron. I'm not a Laker fan, man. He's not a genuine Laker.
But
I got money out to Josh Carl, man. You're not genuine fan, man.
LeBron had the issue.
Man, why do you LeBron? What? I don't hear it.
In time LeBron leave Lakers, we got right back to it.
Oh my goodness.
The thing that Devin is that part of the reason why Josh Carl don't like LeBron I say them size him up with Kobe and them type of man, they too much, is me. So you know what that thing that got come in, is it?
All right. The youth named Sean Davis. Know that you there?
Yeah, man.
Me and him have some reasoning about the basketball. One time, me and him go back and forth with Kobe and LeBron. And the man, at the end of it, the man used one statement. I'm just done with this. The man said, look at it, teacher. Nobody's talking, nobody's comparing Kobe to Jordan. No more it's all about LeBron to Jordan. So stop or kill up yourself about Kobe. And see, the man said that to me. Even though me have Kobe as number 2, you know, me stop take on the people who put. I mean, every day we just take on people who put LeBron over Kobe.
Yeah.
I still think he's better. You know? I still think he's better. But me just, for any man said that to me, me just lay off for that.
So as Josh Carl said to you now, Devin, I personally put Lakers on a backbench. Whenever LeBron cut, I may return home. Otherwise, I'm that. I'm strictly a Golden State Warriors fan.
I've on the contrary, I've never been a Lakers fan. My family we grew up hating the Lakers.
Boston.
Trust me.
Boston. When I grew up cheering for Boston.
Jason.
Jason?
Yeah, man. Jason,
Yeah.
you guys must have grown up supporting Boston.
Oh.
Back then, I try in basketball. I try not to have a specific team, you know, because with trading and everything, you know, the teams change so often. So I don't really have a specific team per se.
Oh, so Jason, the producer is saying that Jason is one of those people that actually like players and not necessarily the team. So that's why Jason is a big LeBron fan.
No, brother, wrong curlew. My older brother is in a conundrum because he's biggest LeBron fan around, but he does not like the Lakers. So
Strictly sure with Dub Nation.
So
We're all about the Dubs.
Okay.
And on that note, we're going to end it. So thanks again to Devin for passing through. Thanks to Jason.
Right.
Thanks to Shakes who was on the road, and hope that Shakes reach home in time and reach home peacefully.
More into the upset.
Thanks to Sherwin for passing through as well. And Demo, surprisingly, yeah, Shakes is on the same side of the fence because Shakes said that he expects Ja Morant to actually win series. So, wow, at last you guys agree on something. And on that note, I want to say thanks to all our viewers. Well, I can send a phone cut after the football discussion done. I watch you now. We need to stay and listen and learn about the beautiful game. Not just football alone discussing. So come on, man. Show the support. That's all we do around here. We support each other. We learn from each other. Stay along the show, man. Just learn something that you don't know about. Come on, man. Expect better than that from you guys. But either way, big up everyone.
Probably can mix it up, Levon, and start with basketball first and then see if they would stay.
Devin, come on, man. Do better than that. I can't give ideas at the show. But yeah, I want to say thanks to all viewers. At one point, we saw over 35. We have over 300 comments. Thanks for all 400. So the producer is saying it's over 400 comments. So I want to say thanks to all you guys and the producer who makes this possible. Until next time, which will be Friday, where we'll be discussing the UEFA Champions League that will take place on Saturday. Sadly, not with Manchester United being the Europa League champions, but I mean, so the game has to go on, the show has to go on, and no matter what, my team could get trashing, I'm always going to be here. Whether my mood seems doom and gloom, I'm still going to be here. So guys, thanks for being here. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, man. Bless up, man. Bless up.